Hey guys, I want to talk for a minute about the doctrine of the Seventh-day Adventist Church that refers to Michael, the archangel, being not equal, but the same person as Jesus Christ. Now, this doctrine has been really confused. It's used as a weapon against my church and against me, and the main reason is because there's a lot of confusion on this issue. What this is really about is the pre-existence of Jesus. Jesus, unlike most of it, well, unlike all of the human race, Jesus pre-existed. We are all created, we come into being at the moment of conception. But unlike us, Jesus actually pre-existed. And we understand that pre-existed state as Michael the Archangel. Now let me explain that further before you get agitated. We know for sure that Jesus pre-existed. Look at John chapter 1, John chapter 1, the first few verses. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And then down in the passage, down in that chapter, it says, and the Word became flesh. So we understand that Jesus is, he did pre-exist before he became a man. The confusion, I think, comes from the term archangel. If we just said Michael, I don't think people would have a big issue with it, because Michael in the Hebrew means, Mikael, it means he who is like God. And that's not the like they're kind of alike. That's the like they're exactly the same. Okay, they're the same. You know, when you say, that guy looks like his brother, you know, that's not, we're talking about the like that they are totally alike. Okay, so he who is like God. Jesus is like God because he is God, right? So because they're one and the same. So that name really fits, and I think if people understood that, they wouldn't have a big issue, except the term archangel gets thrown in there. And when people think of angels, they think of those beings that serve God, and they're underneath him. They're not God, they're created beings, and that kind of throws some confusion into the issue. But I think it would really help if we understand that archangel only appears in Scripture, in Holy Scripture, 2 times. Some people try to say that there are 3 archangels, and I don't remember the third one, but they'll say like Michael and Gabriel, and yeah, I think that's it, and Satan. And they'll say, and then of course Satan fell, and so he's no longer an archangel. That is actually totally false. I cannot find one scripture in the holy text that says Satan is an archangel. Nowhere. Nowhere can I find that. The only thing he's referred to is a covering cherub. I think in Isaiah, maybe in Ezekiel, Lucifer is referred to as a covering cherub. And I think, I'm fairly certain that that's a direct reference to the idea of the 2 cherubs that cover the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant is a representation of the throne that is actually in heaven, and on that throne God sits, and 2 cherubs kind of cover him with their wings. But that doesn't make him an archangel. That makes him a covering cherub. And of course he fell from that position, and he's no longer a covering cherub, so he's not even that. Now I said that archangel only appears twice in the Bible, and it's actually only in the New Testament. Once in Jude, and I think the other one is 1st or 2nd Corinthians or 1st or 2nd Thessalonians. My memory's slipping on me. And in this one, Paul's talking about the return of Christ, and he says he'll return with a shout, with a trump, with the voice of an archangel. So the archangel is referring to Jesus having the voice of an archangel. The other place, the only other place in the Bible is Jude, and in this particular scripture it refers to Michael the archangel. And I think it's very important that we understand that archangel is only referred to these 2 individuals. And the reason I believe is because they're not two individuals, they're one individual. Jesus is the archangel, and therefore he is also Michael, the archangel. Now, let me talk about the term archangel for a second. I think I might have skipped that. Archangel means, if you look into it, it's two Greek words, and the arch in Greek means ruler or leader, you know. So this is the ruler of the angels. And that makes sense. Just think of, in Revelations, it talks about Jesus and his angels fought against, I think it's Jesus and his angels fought against the dragon and his angels. So it makes sense that Jesus would be called the leader of the angels. And remember, kind of sprinkling out here, remember that only refers to Jesus and Michael, the archangel term. And so that makes sense. Let me give you one other scripture to think about in connection with all this. Joshua. Joshua is, it's right before they take Jericho. He's praying to God about what they should do, and all of a sudden this person shows up. And the person is dressed in this shining armor, and Joshua says, "Are you for us or are you for our enemies?" And he says, "I have come as the captain of the Lord's armies." And then Joshua falls down and worships this person. And remember, we're not to worship anybody but God. So this person had to be who? God. And so that was Michael the archangel, because he says he's the captain of the Lord's army. He doesn't give his name, but we know that's who it was. There's also another text where Jacob wrestles with an angel. And then later it says that Jacob says, "I've wrestled with God." And so even Jacob says that this wasn't an angel, this wasn't just any angel, this was actually God, or the archangel Michael, you see, or the pre-incarnate Jesus Christ. Another text, Abraham is sitting in his tent and three guys come up. One of those three guys was God, even though two of them were angels. And we know from what Jesus said that no man had ever seen the Father. And so Jesus showed himself to people. Jesus showed himself to people in this form of a man. So there's lots of references through Scripture that Jesus came in a physical form and showed himself to people. He also shows himself to Moses and the elders of Israel at one point. Yet in another place, Moses couldn't look at him because he said God actually had to cover him with his hand. So again, there's many scriptural places where we find that this doctrine actually makes total sense. So again, people take it out of context and they try to use it to make our church look bad. But the truth is, it's actually a very biblical doctrine. And do some research. Check it out. Look through the Scripture and see if what I'm saying is true. Well, God bless you guys, and have a great day. Bye.